audio. Oh, yeah, no, that. That is not happening. Alright, today we are going to be summarizing Dracula in 2 minutes or less. Timer starts right now. Dracula is a book about exactly that. It's not the first vampire story in the world or even in the West, but it is the first one that gave vampires a solid characterization, which we've since developed into hunky bad boy. It also canonized some of the most classical vampire traits that we all know and love. This book was written as a collection of journal entries, letters, and newspaper clippings, and is a genuinely creepy horror story if you ignore the fact that the Texas character Quincy does not sound like a Texan at all. This is also one of the few 19th century novels that has a woman character give more to the plot than love interest or damsel, which is why some modern scholars call it a feminist work. It's not, but it's a start. So the book starts with John Harker's diary. John is this lawyer type person who's going to Transylvania to finalize a land sale. He's from England. Dracula bought some land back in England, and it turns out he's doing that because he wants to take over England. Also, he's a vampire. John figures all that out, but can't actually stop him. Dracula leaves for England, leaving John with 3 hungry, vicious vampire ladies, and John writes his journal that he's making plans to escape. We then switch to John's fiancée Mina over in England. She's writing letters to her friend Lucy. Lucy has 3 boyfriends. She gets 3 proposals, and she accepts one of them. Normally, I would bitch about the romantic subplot love triangle thing we got going on here, but all the boyfriends remain good friends. They all become future protagonists, and Lucy dies anyway. She's actually Dracula's first victim. She rises as a vampire and starts attacking small children for blood, but before all that happens, her doctor ex-boyfriend calls his friend Professor Van Helsing, who happens to know all about vampires. Also, John comes back and tells Mina about his vampire experience. Mina and Van Helsing share notes and figure everything out. Lucy is killed for realsies. Spooky stuff happens as they try to pin down Dracula and stop him, but Dracula finds them first. He attacks Mina, drinking her blood and forcing her to drink his blood so that he can spy through her eyes. The Dude Squad fights back, foiling Dracula's plans to take over England, but are unable to find and kill Dracula himself. Mina can see through Dracula's eyes and figures out that he's heading back to Transylvania. So they chase Dracula all the way back. They take care of the 3 vampire ladies. They kill Dracula, and Quincy dies in the fighting. Everyone else gets their happily ever after, and vampires drinking blood represents sex because we're past Victorian England.